Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Sleepybug and today we are going to be playing Favor. As you can see, I'm not gonna be okay. Alright, let's get into it. Okay. So now that we went through our first initial little thing. First of all, let's go to the album. Oh, so we got a majority of his pictures. But let's go get some... Thanks, handsome. Let's go and get some different answers. Actually, no, it's not completely start over. Let's start from here. Yeah. We're gonna choose a few different answers for Z. Just to see.
So...
How's your job lately? It's not great, but it might get better. Maybe. You give a sheepish smile, and you know that's kind of a lie, but it would be rude to dump your frustrations on someone who is essentially a stranger. A stranger wearing weird cosplay horns and a tail. Well, if that's not that bad, maybe you should take more shifts. On second thought, maybe I should have dumped some frustrations on him.
Yes.
I can come and hang out with you. We can sneak around and watch movies all day. We can make one of those human paper games with the boxes on it and you mark off when you do things. What are those called? Bondle card? Bindle? Z rubs his already messy hair with a hand as if he's trying to get the word to physically surface on his head. You know what I'm talking about. The humans do it on the boats when they're weak and nearing death, but still want to feel alive. Sudoku? Bingo card?
Yeah.
That one. We make a great team. Anyways, if you ever get tired of work, you can just burn down the theater. What?
Yes.
Like, light it on fire? No, we should not do that.
Oh.
But why? I muster all of the sarcasm I can. Because then, where will we watch movies?
Ah, that's right.
You're right. Watching them at home isn't the same as taking you to the movies for a date. How could I be so careless? I facepalm as my sarcasm has flown far above his head. What kind of movies I like? We did romance last time. I like period pieces, and those are dramatic, I think. I think those are dramas. Let's say horror, because I know he's gonna eat that up.
Oh.
Me too. Well, some of them I like. Some are just laughable. Yeah, horror tends to be like that. The laughable part can be endearing sometimes, though. Z smiles as if he's looking at something cute. Well, maybe you could show me sometime how endearing they are. Do you like the bloody ones or the possession ones? Possession ones creep me out. I would rather watch a slasher. I think slashers are pretty fun to watch. Do you like to guess who will survive? Generally, I think the survivor is pretty obvious, but I do love a good subversion. Do you think you would survive a slasher fic? Probably not. Aw, I bet you would be one heck of a fighter though.
Yeah.
Maybe like the second to last to kill? Really? I think I would prefer to be the first kill. You know? To set the tone of the impending doom for the rest of the movie and all.
Oh.
Wow. I'd love to see that. Not a weird thing to say at all. Z laughs at my sarcasm. No Halo, human. In my movie, I'd protect you. Oh, will you?
Yeah.
I could make one heck of a final girl and whisk you away to safety. I'm not not sure if this is something I respond thank you to. Z just smiles. Anyways, what do you like? I like to watch movies and play video games. We won't be a smart butt this time. I guess I like to watch movies, play video games, read sometimes, do some creative stuff. I think I like to consume stories, really.
Yeah.
I like video games. I feel like I could have guessed that based off of the way you're dressed.
Oh.
Is it the striped shirt? I'm just going to ignore that. What games do you like? I haven't played that many. I just learned about them. Z smiles wide, cackling evilly. Humans get so mad when you're better than them. Their shrill voices screaming threats really makes my day. How will these humans accomplish their little threats? I don't even have a mother. Stupid humans. Oh, that's interesting. If you like actually aren't sassy and you answer his questions, it like you learn things about him. Wow, it's almost like if you're not a sass master, you'll learn things about the people you like. Z cackles loudly, as if he was truly got a one over on the humans. My mouth opens and closes a couple of times. I truly don't know how to respond. He seemed so proud of himself that I decided to keep my mouth shut and nod. Just give it to him. What else do you like to do for fun? Visit the pub? I guess I like talking to the strangers at the pub. Oh. I said this last time. No, I'm just trying to find more hobbies right now. I don't really come here that often. I'm trying to find more hobbies to do, but I work pretty often to be able to afford living, I guess. And when I get off work, I just don't have the energy to do much. So to me, it sounds like your life could be improved by a little arson. Oh, not all problems are solved with arson. Z pouts.
Maybe.
Some are. I pretend I don't see him. I don't want to encourage him to fawn over me more than when I already have a boyfriend. Sleepy Buggy! A familiar voice draws my vision upwards. Kendra stands before me, my closest friend since childhood. Do you have me on mute or something? Is your phone broken? No, sorry, I passed out pretty hard yesterday. Whatever. I move behind the counter to clean some spilled popcorn. Kenny follows close behind. You should have come out yesterday. It was so crazy. Super fun. You missed out. I laugh uncomfortably. I was used to missing out at this point. Oh, how long has he been back in town? Wow, how long has Jay been back in town? Last I heard, he was out west touring with Plague Visions. They broke up or something, I guess, and he came back. Worked out because Numb Vice needed a new drummer. Yeah, and now I have a second thoughts about bringing him on. Xander sends a sidelong glance in my direction, scanning me as if trying to gauge something. Oh, don't be territorial, Xan. That is so uncool. I'm not. Just wondering, though. Why do you care if Jay is back in town? I really don't. I was just curious because it's been years since I've heard of him. Xander stares at me a bit with a neutral face. He then smiles and nudges me. Ah, right, whatever. It's not like a drummer can measure up to the lead singer anyways. Right? Yeah, you're like so cool, Xander. I drag my words sarcastically and Xander laughs. And don't forget that, baby. Either way, I'm already sick of that guy.
Yeah?
You can talk to me about it. I won't even charge you for it. My job makes me smell like butter and oil all day. Hmm.
Oh?
Like popcorn? It smells so gross, it seeps into my clothes and it sticks to my skin. Kenny says it smells like minimum wage. I think popcorn smells delicious. I'd eat you up, popcorn smell and all. That's cute. Z leans forward.
Right.
What do I smell like? I chuckle out of surprise. What?
Well,
Nobody can smell their own smell, right?
so...
I have to refer to your expertise. What do I smell like? He holds out his sleeve towards me and looks on with palpable eagerness. I lean forward, smelling his shirt sleeve. You smell like smoke and whiskey. Maybe copper, I think? Z pulls back their sleeve swiftly. You stink! No, I could never! This demon smells like cigarettes, booze, and blood. You smell nice. You smell nice. I can give you some. Come get the best hug of your life.
Yes.
I'll mark you with my scent forever. What are you, an animal? I think I'll stay on this side of the table. Sue yourself. After a pause, Z continues on.
So...
I don't have the will to stay put. I'm gonna stay put. I stare at him from across the table. Z sits and stares back at me, and they wait. I shift uncomfortably in the silence. Did you not hear me? Should I check to see if your stupid little human ears are working? Z leans forward ever so slightly. I can see a glow from behind his fringe. This is your chance to open your eyes and see beyond the veil God has made for you.
So...
When I say come, you do your best to obey me, human. Z snatches my wrist from across the table, pulling me up, over, and into the chair. Yes, sir. Whatever you need, sir. Then they smile. A smile that somehow lacks a shred of enjoyment. Good human. I look up to his horns and then his tail swishing back and forth. Last time we did his horns, and now we're gonna do his tail. I stare at their tail as it swishes back and forth in a hypnotizing manner. How do you do that? I don't know. Never really thought about it. Probably like how you move your arms. I hover closer, taken to the edge of my seat. It seemed shiny, like rubber of sorts. The tail was a shiny black, while the tip shone a dangerous bright red. Wow, it looks so realistic. Z doesn't reply, just looking at me with an unnerving stillness.
Yeah?
You like them, don't you? Don't be shy. You can touch either if you like. I reach a hand forward. Touch his tail. I reach out to touch his tail. He swats my hand playfully with it. I try to reach forward to grab it again. It rubs my palms lightly, dancing around playfully. I stand up a little, leaning over to get a better chance of touching it. I snatch it with my thumb and forefinger. Z groans. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's, more than fine.
I run my fingers down the tail, leaning over Z. It feels warm, rubbery, smooth. I can feel their blood rush and pump underneath the rubbery surface. Wow, this is incredible.
Yeah, you're telling me.
He groans a bit breathless. It feels nice in my hand, alive even. I rub it a bit more. I rub it a bit more. Z shifts in his seat, his breath going thick.
You can put it in your mouth if you want.
Sir! What?
What?
He is wild.
I mean,
Z pants. Z's tone is uncharacteristic. It freaks me out a bit, so I quietly sit back down in my seat. Z regains his composure. This is real, and you are strong enough to accept it. You aren't real. Something in my mind was telling me that this wasn't real. Not a dream, but not reality. Maybe it's somewhere between? You aren't real. Z reaches over and grabs my hand, pulling me toward him.
I am real. And you would do better to trust me when I say that.
There's no way. Z frowns.
I don't like being ignored.
You're not being ignored. You're such a baby. Z pulls my hand closer to him. He forces my hand up to one of his horns, palm splayed.
I am real. And you are mine. Come to reality quick. Come to reality quick.
He presses my hand down onto the tip of his horn. It is sharp. Ah! Out of instinct, I try to pull away, my palm hitting the tip of the horn, cutting myself deeply. He steps forward into me, his horn further digging into my palm, my finger twitching violently. Their tail snakes out from behind them, crawling between us, up to my chest slowly. Please wait. Please wait. The tail moves closer and closer to my face. Please, please wake up. I chant to myself like a prayer. Z's tail slithers around my neck. Z, wait! His tail twists around my throat, slipping into my mouth, over my tongue, smothering my words. How did I get here? I'm gonna just do what he wants. I clamp my mouth shut and nod slowly. Reality sinks in. Good. His tail slides back towards his own body, and he releases me back into my seat. I scoot in my seat a bit further away from him, intimidated.
Come here.
Give me your hand. I try to move my hand forward. It trembles, and I pull back a bit. It's okay, human.
Don't worry.
It was an accident. I won't hurt you. He takes my hand, caressing it with care. I didn't mean to nick you with my horns. He opens his mouth, his long black tongue jetting out. He licks my palm deeply. I wince and make a sound of surprise. They chuckle into my hand, releasing it. He licks his lips voraciously. As I pull my hand back, I notice the wound previously there was healed. What are you?
Well?
You know what I am.
Yeah?
Dig deep, Dove. We gotta get over this hump. Crush, break through this barrier between you and I. Z sings songs mockingly. I look at them. The answer floats on the surface of my mind with such ease that it catches me off guard. You are a demon?
Bingo. Ah.
Took a bit longer to get here, but I'm still proud of you, human. Okay, well, this is insane. Looking around the bar again, I sigh and sink into my seat. Alright, let's struggle. No! This is a nightmare. I need to wake up. I struggle, attempting to fling my body away, but to no avail. I have to wake up. Z's tail tightens further as fury sets behind their expression.
I said stop! Do your ears not work? You pathetic fucking human.
Suddenly, I'm unable to breathe. Panicked, I flail as hard as I can, hoping there is some relent. Their tail ever tightens, my feet leaving the floor. I try to scream, but my vocal cords no longer function. I can only choke out a pathetic yelp. My vision dots and eventually fades into black.
I guess we'll just have to try again.
And it sends you back? That's fun.
Long week? Wow.
You look like crap. Z giggles. I frown, tossing a glare in his direction. I feel like crap. My head is pounding. And for some reason, my palm aches.
Maybe
you should drink more water. I don't think that would solve both problems. It won't if you don't try. We're gonna tell him he stinks. You stink. Yes, you stink. Their jaw drops, sharp pointed teeth hanging in a rare moment of speechlessness. I'm kidding. You smell fine. Z faces away and pouts. That's not very nice of you, human. To tease a fragile little demon like me. I have a name, you know. Sleepy.
Oh?
Do you like hearing me say it?
Yeah?
Sleepy. Sleepy. Wow. Now who is the tease? Z shifts their posture. Fine. I'm not taking his hand this time. I'm okay. Whatever your war word is, I think I'm better off without it. Z shrugs. Soon yourself. I'll give it to you someday. I'm not sure I want whatever it is. Z smiles. Eventually, you will hardly have a choice. What? I give Z a look of confusion. What does a demon even want with me anyways?
Well?
Do you want to break up with him? What does it matter to a demon? Wait. Why would it even matter to a demon if I broke up with Xander? Don't you have more important things to worry about? Like, I don't know, tempting people to sin or something? Z looks depressed. You think so little of me. We are friends, aren't we? Some won't even say more than friends. I don't. Isn't it natural to ask questions about someone you care for?
Is it a crime to care?
Oh no, he's dramatic. Z looks increasingly depressed. Well, he's so dramatic. Fine. Z perks up.
Well?
No, I won't break up with him. No, I mean, maybe I should, but I really don't want to. I know that he feels I have drifted away emotionally and mentally, and he does love me, I think. Even if he isn't good at showing it, even if he makes mistakes sometimes. He's human after all. Don't you deserve better than human? But I am a human too. I am partially to blame for it all. For pushing him away. In a perfect world, I think I would be able to give it another try. In a perfect world, whatever is wrong with me would be solved and everything would go perfectly. And we would be happy. I would be happy. I sigh heavily, but who I am now, he is better off without me. My finger rubs the beautiful, detailed Scotch glass idly. I wish we could give it another try.
Are you sure?
Isn't it doomed to fail if he doesn't trust you? Do you really won't take your words over others? Someone who will blame you for their shortcoming? Who will toss you away the second you become too inconvenient, too hard to deal with?
Well...
You deserve better than human, Sleepy.
Is that who you prefer, instead of a handsome demon who lets you touch them in intimate places? A handsome demon that lets you fondle their tail. I'm getting all worked up just remembering it. You little tease.
Oh my god, Z, get it together. Sir. Let me read the packaging. It says, sweet outside with a sour center. It's a hard candy on the outside with a soft center. A decadent and smooth chocolate. A chocolate? That is decadent and smooth. I can't believe this didn't melt in my pocket. That description makes you sound like a nice little temptation.
Yeah.
A sophisticated, high-priced item. He creeps me out just a little bit. To be honest, he creeps me out. He keeps texting me even though I don't respond. He's also been requesting to follow my social media accounts over and over again. I try to keep some distance from him at work, but he gets the clue that I'm not interested. But he still finds a way to approach me when I'm alone. I even caught him following me before. He said he was heading home, but a couple of days later, I overheard a conversation between him and my manager. Apparently, he lives in Skyline District, which is in the opposite direction of where I live. I indirectly asked him about it, and he said he was worried for me. I asked him not to do it again, and that I was safe and fine on my own. He said he totally understands. I guess it's somewhat my fault though for not having enough backbone to tell him to go away. I'm afraid if I tell him directly he'll lash out at me or maybe harm me. I don't know, maybe I'm overreacting and he's just kind of an awkward guy. But either way, it will make my work life way more of a pain in the butt if I ignore him completely. And I don't want to find another job. I barely got this one. Only thanks to Kenny. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. I lie through my teeth. I didn't want to show my weak side. Or maybe, if I had to admit it, everything else would spiral too. As if my lie was the last strand of sanity I had. Part of me feels so embarrassed for acting like a crazy person. Z seems entirely unfazed by my actions. Either way, I just hoped the earth would open up and swallow me whole. Z looks down at me. He pets my head calmly, lovingly, and carefully.
Let's get you home.
You always felt like you were too good for me. I could tell. I'm not an idiot.
You're weird.
I can tell that you think I'm a weirdo just like everyone else does.
Alvin, Swear to God, I really don't know what you're talking about.
All of you have been acting really weird since the fire.
What fire? He's not getting me this time. I'm sitting down. I sit down in my usual spot, watching Z rest peacefully across the table. I see a sweating glass of resting to my side at the table. Z must have already gotten me a drink. Z's hair looks so fluffy across the table, but I resist the temptation and watch him breathe calmly. Soon, Z sits up in a defeated pose.
Ah.
Not even one touch? Z mumbles. What? You don't want to reach out towards me at all? Do you even like me, human? Or are you still afraid of me? Well, maybe you shouldn't go around biting people's fingers. You drew blood, you little fiend.
Oh.
Oh, you remember that? Obviously.
Well?
What do you want me to do to make you less afraid of me? Wear a costume? Have a pet dog? Walk the elderly across the street? Now you're actually sounding kind of predatory. I think those are tactics that, like, serial killers use to gain trust. Now I'm on the same level of serial killers. Oh my god. We stare at each other.
Well...
Not my god. But you get the point. Z! You are so ridiculous. It's almost cute.
Do I already have you so infatuated, human?
Do not flatter yourself. I didn't want to tell Z that I was interested in them. It felt corny, embarrassing. Don't flatter yourself.
Bleh.
Well, I don't like talking about myself anyways. So don't sweat your pretty little head over it. So, are you just not gonna talk about yourself at all? That's not fair. I pout a bit childishly.
Why?
I answered so many of your questions. I have a pretty high tolerance. I'd say pretty high. I give a daring smirk. I'm confident I can drink I'm confident that I can drink about anyone under the table, including you. Z gives a low whistle. Them's those fighting words, human. He seems excited by the challenge. Let's see what you're made out of then. I feel like I'm being scammed. Nah, I trust you. He gives a smirk. Bad idea. You said no cheating.
Bleh.
I was kidding. I'm not gonna cheat. Z pulls a card off the top.
So?
What'll it be? Let's try and get them all wrong this time. I want to see what happens. All right, so I went and I think I drank like 11 drinks so far. Are you still good? Are you still good to continue playing? What do you mean? You drank a lot. I feel fine.
Wow.
You hold your liquor well. I'm surprised. One of us doesn't lie, Z. Z gasps, placing their hand over their hearts. How dare you question my moral fiber? I have never lied once in my life. I narrow my eyes. Yeah, somehow I doubt that.
Well?
Want to play another round? Sure, let me get a glass of water first, though. I began to stand up, and a wave of dizziness hits me. I didn't realize how drunk I had become under the warm, dim pub light. Oh, crap. Maybe I should just sit back down.
Oh?
More drunk than you thought you were, huh? Guess the human body is fallible sometimes.
Yeah.
Let me grab you some water. Z slips off before I can curse at him. My eyes blur open as I hear Z approach. I groan. Are you freaking kidding me? I can see Z try his best to keep a straight face. He is using every ounce of self-control to not fully laugh in my face. Did I? really just play a game with you and lose every single time? I narrow my eyes. Did you? I'm gonna be pretty offended if you are questioning if I rigged the game. Clamp my mouth back shut and groan again. This is so embarrassing. It's okay, human. I'm a strong competitor, even in the games of chance. I'm never playing a game against you again. Aww, don't say that, human. You'll break my bleeding heart. You look so tired. You look tired. Should I take you home? No, I'm fine. I'll keep it inside. I just ignore me. Sometimes I just get too dramatic. It's probably not even that big of a deal.
Are you sure?
I don't mind listening. Yeah, it's nothing. I lay my head down on the table. The cool wood calming me. I can feel Z slowly stroking my hair comfortingly.
Don't worry. I am here. And you will never be alone again.
Z strokes my hair and whispers comforting words. The words I want to hear. The words I need to hear. The words I knew that he knew to stay. And the world around me begins to fade from existence as I slip into a comforting darkness. No, I won't break up with him. No, I mean, maybe I should. I've definitely drifted away emotionally and mentally, and he does love me, I think. I'm sweet on the outside, sour on the inside. Sweet exterior with a sour center, surprise? Z tilts their head.
Huh?
What's that supposed to mean? I don't know. Is he trying to say that I act sweeter than I actually am? Kinda sounds like an insult.
Not quite.
That it was. He is likely trying to tell you that he is okay with your flaws. Or the darker places your mind may wander. How annoying. Yeah, it's definitely weird. Unintentional insult.
Not quite.
Well, it's hard candy on the outside with a soft centered? Hard on the outside with a soft center. I want to taste your soft center. I throw the candy at Z. It bounces off of their forehead. Landing on the table, it rolls back to me.
Wow.
Ow! Wow, that is a hard exterior. I'm surprised it didn't break on your brick head. I wasn't talking about the candy. That Alvin human may be onto something. I heard.
Yeah?
I heard you. I'm not doing that. I heard you, but I am not doing that. You can't trick or bully me into giving you affection, Z. It has to be my choice. Z stares at me, pondering. They then take a step back.
Are you sure?
If that's what you want. Z sits back down in their chair, and I follow. Plus, we are kinda in public. Isn't it kinda shameless to kiss someone like that in public? It's not shameless if it's us. It's embarrassing too. People would definitely stare. If anyone would be so daring to stare at you, I will slay them to preserve your honor. I love him. I stifle a laugh at Z's antics. Are you sure that's enough? I believe a punishment far more harsh is necessary. You're right. We will have to sign them up for busteatshots.com and large.com accounts. Their mailboxes will never see peace again. Oh, Z, you are so evil. Z grinned slyly.
Yeah?
Have you ever ruined someone's credit? Z! I can't hold back a laugh any longer. Can you eat food? Why? Are you gonna cook me something? Z studies me a bit. You look like someone who can cook. A microwaved meal? That is so rude. Z cackles a bit too hard as I cross my arms in annoyance. You're such a... Yes. Never mind. I can technically eat food. Do I have to, though? Nope. Z smiles. There, I gave you 2 answers for the price of 1.
Yeah?
So now you can't be mad at me. Fine, fine, let's continue the game. What's heck like? What is heck like? Z looks thoughtfully. Not too much different from Earth, actually. It isn't necessarily a scorching fire. Although, I suppose that depends where you end up. What is it then? Heck is simply a place away from God. I try to tell people this all the time. Nobody understands, but I'm gonna keep going. It is lawless and wild. Z leers.
Don't worry.
I'll take care of you. I have a nice place and many legions. What makes you assume I'm going to heck?
Why?
Why do you assume you aren't? 'Cause I'm an angel. My mouth opens and closes, confused. Am I really going to heck? Z shrugs. Not a question I can answer. Why not? Z lifts the deck of cards between his index and thumb. Well, for one, because you haven't run the right to have another question answered. Fine, let's play again. Am I going to heck? Am I going to heck? Am I going to heck? Well, that's a heck of a question. He pauses for laughter, or maybe applause, but it doesn't arrive.
Wow.
Tough crowd.
Wow.
Well, maybe. Who's to say? Don't you know these things? Kind of. Most humans swing like a pendulum. I look at his tail mimicking, whether intentionally or not, I'm unsure. Would you be able to tell where it would end up, to predict it? You may be able to tell the direction at a given time, but sooner than you know it, it may shift. That's how humans are. So what direction am I headed then? Z smiles. Left. Now let's play another round.
So?
Is left bad? Do all demons look like you? Or... You say you are a demon. Do all the other demons look like you? Z tilts their head. How do you mean? Well, like, with the horns and the tail. Z smiles as if something is funny. Their tail wags behind them. Ugh. I don't even look like me. What is that supposed to mean?
Well...
Demons can look quite different from each other. We choose our appearances. I think that suffices as an answer. Let's continue.
So?
I love him. Why do I have to play a card game to ask you a question? I answer all the questions you gave me without prerequisites.
Well...
This is an exchange. Think of a genie in a bottle. There are always limits when you seek knowledge from outside of the human realm. I'm giving you that opportunity to learn far more than a human should naturally. Usually, you would have to summon me and create a bond in order for me to answer your questions. So, winning a simple card game against me for this information is benevolent in comparison. Let's play another round.
So?
Do all demons hate God? Do all demons hate God? No, some demons love God. How does that work? There are a portion of demons that are fighting to transform. They disgustingly lust and claw after a seat, where they can have an opportunity to prostrate themselves before the feet of God. I believe you humans call it bootlicking. How could they love God while being a demon? Trust, faith, God's will being unfathomable and unfailing. I'd pity them if it wasn't so disgusting to watch. I never would have thought. Don't worry. There are a lot of things you will never come to understand, human. It's better that way. For now, let's play again.
So?
What'll it be? Do you have any demon friends or family? Family? No, it's just me. Friends? Probably not. But acquaintances? Yes, of course. Every demon has to have some acquaintances. Will I be able to meet them sometime? Z face falls into a frown. No. Why not? Let's play another round. He doesn't seem to be willing to talk any further on the subject.
So?
Okay, I guess that's fair enough answer as any. Shall we get back to it? Yep, deal him out, Mr. Demon. Z smiles. I like the sound of that. Z sits quietly. What? He caught me. Are you cheating? Huh? No. I have a stronger moral fiber than you do, Z. How do you keep winning then? Maybe I'm just that lucky. Okay. No more questions. What? Why? Well, for one, it's dangerous to give you too much information about things humans should not know. Seemed to work out for Solomon. Z laughs. Well, you are no Solomon, are you? Nor do you have his things. Z's attention seems to shift elsewhere. He gets out of his chair. Let me get you some water. He needs the water. Z seems to be taking their time. I'm gonna pick different movies, so let's go down the list. Action! Yeah. So you like it when you have something to keep you on the edge of your seat then? Explosions, big fights, daring stunts, fires. Lots of fires. Z pulls out a little paper from his pocket and writes something down. Even though everyone likes action to some level, why does it feel like I'm giving him weird assumptions about me? I like to live a fairly calm life without any, daring stunts. Why do I feel like I need to say that?
Ah, that's right.
Okay, I see. Z crosses out whatever he wrote on the paper. While he moves to put it back in his pocket, I catch a glance. Ematol? Don't worry about it, cutie. Anyways, comedy. I really like comedy. It feels good to laugh. Even if I'm not happy, comedy helps me feel a bit better. I don't really understand comedy. The human sense of humor can be strange. Well, what is something that recently happened to you that you found funny?
Yes.
Oh. The other day? Z suddenly stops talking.
No.
Never mind. What? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? He rubs his head, seeming conflicted. Humans are just so different. I don't want you to screaming and running from me, you know? At least not on the first date. If that was your attempt at humor, that was bad. Z just smiles. I just don't think I'll ever understand the human sense of humor. I find it, what's the word? Cringy? Why do you keep talking about humans in the third person? What are you like, an alien that came to Earth to critique our crappy movies or something? You wish. I bet you dream of my probing. He waggles his eyebrows. You're disgusting. Z cackles. As horrifyingly sharp as his teeth appear, his mouth is somewhat cute. like drama. I actually do really like period pieces and like dramas. I like dramas only when the actors are good, of course.
Oh?
You don't feel tired from watching humans experience tragedy? No, they distract me from my own problems in life, I guess. Z smiles in a mischievous way. Do you cry while watching the sad parts? I can comfort you if you cry. He smiles bashfully, which seems to be a bit weird contrast to his bold appearance. Thanks for the offer, but I think I got it covered. What?
Sure.
Someone else isn't comforting you, right? He stares intensely. Right? Comforting me? Do you think my life is like a drama? The only person giving me the time of day seems to be the weirdo with a roleplay fetish. Z leans over the table, closing close into me.
Sure.
Who? What do they look like? Are they tall? Do they wear an eye patch? I look at him curiously. What? The weirdo with the fetish. What do they look like? Did they ever try and talk to you? They are talking to me right now. Let me go. His face shrinks back into a smile as he sits back down in his seat. Ugh. No one else is interested in me. Are you sure? What kind of question is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. 'Cause you have me. Anyways. Alright, so I think that was everything in the game. There was one picture that I just could not get. There was one. Just one. I got all the photos. Except for this one, and I just could not get it. So I might play another one, and if I figure out how to get it, I'll upload it. But regardless, I love him. I love him so freaking much. This creator is just so talented. They really know how to like create the, not the will they won't they, but the tension. Like they are so good at creating the tension. They're so good at just creating such a uncomfortable but like fun and like curious atmosphere. Like we have no clue what's going on. We don't know what's going on yet at all. And you can't tell me this. There's going to be a lot more to this story. My favorite was by far the character creation. Thank you. I enjoyed it a lot. It warmed my little heart. It always makes me so excited when creators put brown skin and black hair, and it makes me really happy because it's something that, you know, we don't necessarily get different options for. And that was the best part, is that there were so many options and so many different styles. I really appreciated it. But yes, I loved this game. If you want to play it too, it is linked below in the description as always. And it was so much fun seeing you, and I hope that you are well and that you find peace in your days. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are, whatever time it is. And I will see you later. Bye.